Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Denise, and I thought today we would continue on in the big Dina Wakley journal, which I am almost 3/4 of the way done with. We're gonna get there this year. I never thought when we started this one, we started last year, whenever we started it, I never thought we'd still be in this book, but I have. Give ourselves a little bit of grace there. I have gone back and forth with some other journals, so I could have been done, but I've actually really enjoyed taking my time with this one. So I'm kind of okay that we're still working in it because I like it, and I've enjoyed the trip here of these. And I've got my Holbein Gouache out, and you know it's been a while since I have had the gouache out, and I thought let's work in the gouache today because I never work in the gouache, and I feel like we need to pull the gouache back out. And these are not going to be exact, only getting kind of close, and I probably won't even remember where they go back, but I have written on the side of these the number. So I've got black, which is G606, some kind of turquoise color, G560, G551, G553, and G602. So you can kind of see we're in there. I need a darker whatever that is. I don't think I've got one in between those two, so I'm kind of okay with being close. My goal with when I'm pulling these together with a color card, this is 372. This is from Color Cube 2 by Sarah Renee Clark. My goal when pulling colors from a color card is to get close, set me in a direction, get me off the fence for what color should I even pick, where should I even start, where can I even go. It gets me off of that and gets me started. And I feel like I want to do a stencil over here in some of this color, maybe that ombre one that we did that was so cool. Where was that one? Because we've done a lot of these. I gotta tell you, I do have a whole bunch more of these journals now that they kind of came out with the that one to fill in before they make new ones next year. And I'm kind of thinking that after doing all these paintings in this particular journal, that the burlap has lost its novelty, and now I wish in the extras. I was going to show you the ombre one, but I don't remember which one that was. You know, somebody asked me, does mine bleed through to the other side? And they do, they bleed through, and I either glue a piece of something onto that on one side and then stencil on the other, so that you kind of covered up what bled. You know, you can try to gesso it and again just glue something on the other side, but those holes are so big that I don't know what kind of gesso that you might get to fill the holes in. I mean, it's almost like you'd need to spackle the whole thing, but then you'd still have it bleed through to the other side. So my solution has been mostly glue something cool on the other side after I do a stencil. I'm not sure, there was one that I did, maybe I'm just dreaming it. There was one I thought was an ombre stencil. I know there was, but maybe it's in another book. Oh well, that's what I'm thinking, maybe ombre stencil, so we'll see. Oh no, I got paint on. Oh, okay, that's that paint there. I'm okay with that. We're gonna paint that anyway. So I was just kind of watering these down and letting them kind of reconstitute, because the gouache dries out like really dry, and then they crack and they shrink a little bit. But if you go ahead and let those sit for a bit and really soak in the water, they're great. I kind of want that to be like flat. Can we get that to be flat so that I don't keep moving? There we go, that's good enough. Okay, I feel like I want some big abstract over here, maybe some great big. Let me just do, and let's just see what we get. I mean, we could do I want to do something different. I'm almost thinking like great big, this is my I think I want this instead. This is my 3/4 inch square wash, but I'm almost thinking maybe a big number 12 round would be easier. Let's see. Because I want to do like rings of color. Let's put one here. So would this one be easier to manipulate? I think it would. Alright, let's go with this one. Alright, Princeton Neptune round number 12. And I'm just experimenting. I just had like a thought in my mind after doing another layout. I kind of got inspired and I'm like, ooh, maybe something like this would be cool. And I'm just thinking like, you know, rings of color around the colors, just as a kind of crazy abstract kind of look. And it's gouache, so we're going to get a different look and feel than we normally would get, you know, with a watercolor. That's kind of fun. Ooh, I just sprayed water everywhere. I'm the messiest painter. I almost think I need another one of these. Okay, we might go back and add another one, but I kind of want to keep going just to even see where my idea is going. Okay, I'm not sure that I like the blue that just mixed in with the green. But we're going to go with it anyway. It's all about the fun and the exploration for me. It's not about, did I create some amazing piece of art? At this point now, I don't care if I'm creating amazing art. What I care about is the enjoyment of the process and just getting into places that I normally would not have explored with the different color palettes and the different ideas that kind of pop up. Okay, I kind of like that. Do I want one up here? Let's do one up here. It's more about the journey than it ever has been before. Like I can honestly say now that in the past, it was about, did I create something amazing and I'd get frustrated. Now, it honestly is about the journey and having fun with all the supplies, because I want all the supplies and all the colors. But I need to get past the paralysis of a white page and creating. I feel like I need another piece of this stuff since I'm on the edge. But I actually get way more enjoyment from the creation of the art and just exploring and playing in these books than I have ever in my whole life, because I've been doing art since I was a kid. Never in my whole life have I actually enjoyed the process more than I've enjoyed showing up and painting with you guys, which for my mental health has been amazing. You know, because last year kind of sucked for everybody with the elections and all the bad stuff going on in the world. And man, this has just really made me think, I didn't think last year was too bad for the most part, you know, I survived, you know, and I created beautiful art, and I have this lovely community of you guys to support and prop up and have a fun place to show up and hang out and meet new people virtually. Okay, this is crazy. And in my mind, I don't know if it's working out the way that I had originally envisioned, which, let me tell you, if I can envision a photography set and it looks exactly like I thought it was going to turn out. I cannot do that with the art. With the art, I end up way off in some other direction. I don't even know how I got there. I don't even know like where we were going. And I'm just like, what? That totally didn't come out to what I envisioned, which is why I think for most of my life, I have found the art frustrating, because you sit down, you want to paint a masterpiece, and when you're all done and you didn't end up anywhere where you imagined, I believe that was some of my frustration with sitting at my art table And I have let go of those expectations. Now I sit down, even though I kind of had an idea, now I sit down at the table and I'm like, okay, I'm going to be happy wherever I land, whatever we get. It doesn't have to look good. I'm not trying to sell this to a bunch of people and make my living as an artist that's selling a bunch of art in a gallery. So it doesn't matter if it turned out amazing or not. It just matters that I showed up. And I had fun creating, and I learned new things, and I tried color palettes that I wouldn't have tried before, and I get to hang out with you guys, and it really has increased the enjoyment of showing up and painting way more than anything else I ever could have done. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this color because I liked it, and it's just like peeking in, and I think this blue that I just did is overwhelming. Okay, it's not doing what I thought it would. It's not, definitely not thinning that down, but that's okay. Alright, this is just going to be crazy abstract here. We're gonna end up somewhere though. I don't know how, but we're gonna end up somewhere. Or we may end up nowhere. Maybe I'll just gesso over this and paint it again. I just want to mention, if you end up with something you don't like, you can just gesso on top of things. You don't have to leave it where it's at. You can redo the stuff. It doesn't have to be the end of the street when you end up in some weird, I don't know what we just got kind of place like I'm doing right now. But look at how much fun it is to go wherever this is that we just went. This could be a fail though. And rather than letting it make me mad, I'm like, okay, it's a little crazy. I'm not sure I like it. I'm gonna let it dry. Maybe I'll stencil on top of that, and maybe we'll pull it back from the brink. I don't know. Sometimes all you need is more layers, so don't get discouraged at the first layer. So let's let this dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've come up with a good idea, a solution for a crazy page like this. What if we use the new stencil that we got in the stencil from the Stencil Girl? This one is L209 Dube, and this one is words that are positive. Be bold, dare to dream, happy, joy, delight. What if we did this like about right here, and then we could draw around the edge when I pick that stencil up, because it's not going to go edge to edge, edge to edge, and kind of frame it out. What if we went ahead and did that on that, and then the color would shine through? What about that? So I think I'm going to use a big ink blending brush. We're going to give this a try with acrylic paint. I've just pulled out my Blick Matte Black because the black is on our card. I'm still being inspired by our card there. And I'm going to very carefully, let's just see what we end up with, and I'll just be very careful. And I'm doing this instead of a sponge because I do want it to actually not bleed up under all the words. And let's just see what we can get. Alright, let's just peek. I'm holding it down. See? Look at that! Oh my gosh. Okay. See, there's always a solution. Don't despair when you're painting and you're like, not going where I thought it was going to go. Because look at the creative problem solving and ideas that we come up with if we just give it a moment. Don't get overly excited about it. Don't get upset. I mean, I used to leave my table pissed off. Like, I was angry. And this is wild too, while I've had, the creative business. Because I started this business in 2012. Because I did a photography 365-day project in 2011. And then I'm like, I want an online business like some of these other photo things have. How do I do this? Who can help me build a website? What can I create? How can I have a business where I'm no longer working for other people? And that's kind of how the business started, doing a project, a 365-day project. And in the middle of all of that, I still, kept going back to my art roots, and I want to do stuff in my art room because I collected art supplies way before I had turned from photography to art in my business, because I painted textures and stuff. So I've been collecting art supplies for, this will be my 13th year in business in 2025. This is year 13. So I've been collecting, seriously, art supplies for all that time, and then turn into art and having the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel just kind of ramped that up. It just gave me permission to go all out, buy every art supply that my heart desires, and it be a business right off like it was when I was making textures. So I would come back to the art part, you know, because the photography part, I could make something I wanted every time. I could imagine it in my mind. I could create it, and it turned out to be exactly what I wanted every time. I could visualize it and I could create it. With the art, I just can't do that. I end up somewhere else, and then I was so angry sometimes that I'm like, why do I even have a creative business? What? I'm not creative. Why am I even in here doing this? I should just throw everything out and go back to work. Took me so many years to get to the point now where I'm like, okay, not too happy with where we're going. What can I do? Okay, I'm just going to, be brave here. Look at that! I'm just going to be brave here and see where we end up, and I'm going to create a problem solve, and if I don't like where something's going, how can I fix it? And I got to a place where you and me enjoy doing stuff like this, and I can't even tell you how happy I am when I leave my art table now. I kind of want to do a little Posca border, just like a hand-drawn border. Now I'm happy with whatever I get, and I get so much joy and fun out of just showing up that it doesn't matter if I create anything that looks good or not. It's just the process, the fun, the showing up, the camaraderie with the people, because I'm a social, kind of a social artist. I like, when I go out photography shooting, I like doing it with a group, and I like having fun wherever we went, and then I want to go eat lunch, and I want to, you know, chat and hang out with like-minded people that love to do some of these things that I love to do too. And I'm very social. And YouTube, even though I'm sitting here talking to myself, really I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and I can relate that into, you know, somehow being social. Look at this! And now I create things that I don't have an expectation of where I'm going to create and where we're going to end up, but look where we ended up! Oh, it's so good! I think this might have been a tiny bit wet, but it still looks good. Okay, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's throw the little brush there into some water. And over here, I kind of want to do something fun. And this was another Stencil Club. I think these were both the ones. This one I bought, and this one was the Stencil Club. So this one was Misigman from 12 of 24. And I want to protect the underside of this because we already know they bleed through. And I think I'm just going to do Fun Flower Stencil so that I have an entire layout that is finished, instead of coming back later and doing this other side. I'm feeling pretty good. What do you think? Feeling good about it. Yes, I think I want, what do I want? I want something to hold this down. And I didn't put tape on this side because I know the tape tears the paper. And let me tell you, there's nothing more frustrating than creating something and it be beautiful and you get to the end and you tear the paper. I get it. I'm just as frustrated when that happens, because you're like, if of anything else, that's like the one thing that you feel is not fixable, where everything else mostly fixable. Or you can stencil on top of it and create something amazing like that. I mean, who knew that's where we were going? That is not what I imagined in my mind. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling like, do we want to do the ombre? I'm kind of thinking, let's do the ombre, blue to yellow. What do you think? Let's do it. Because I had it in my mind. I like it when the stencils turn colors. Ooh, way too much yellow. Way too much yellow. Okay, so I'm going to get another one of these ink blending brushes, as we have now proved how lovely that did that right there. And I'm kind of thinking, just going to be careful and scrub those in. I know it's going to go to the underside of the stencil. I'm not even worried about that. just something fun over here. And then I could even like fray the edges, because we're not going edge to edge. I could fray the edges. Could be fun. All right, is this even working out? Okay, yeah. Yes, it is. And you can do these any way you want. You can do like the flowers in one color, the leaves or something in another color. Just experiment, have some fun, do some different things that you normally wouldn't think to do. Okay, I don't think this yellow, there we go. I was about to say the yellow might not have been a good choice because the burlap. Oh yeah, I can still see that. All right. Okay, so the ink blending brushes, definitely my new favorite tool for stenciling. And then I just clean this off with some brush cleaner, like this stuff. I've got a big one in the bathroom that cleans the brushes, the Master's brush cleaner, and just scrub that in there. And then I've got like one of those brush things that go in the bottom of a cup with these little rubber nibs, and I just kind of clean it on there, and it cleans out pretty good actually. And then I'm not trying to get it perfect when I get it clean. I'm just trying to clean all the paint out mostly. And that thing works great. And you could also probably use Dawn dishwashing soap, because we know Dawn cleans, you know, grease and things off of stuff. It'll do good with paint too, so you could probably do the Dawn dishwashing. But I don't get super precious with my art materials, because if I have to worry about the art stuff, then I'm not going to enjoy using it. I'm going to be afraid to mess it up. So I don't get precious with my art stuff, but I do want these to last a little longer than one painting. So I'll put them in water while I'm still talking to y'all, and then I'll go clean them with a brush cleaner in the bathroom so that they're ready for the next time I come sit at my table. Oh, super cool. Oh, feeling good. Give me a drum roll. Let's see what we got. And then we'll have a whole super cool layout. Not where I expected to go, but look where we turned out. Look how pretty that is. I almost feel like I need like the little border around it too, but maybe not in black. Like maybe in one of these other colors. Let me see. I'm looking at my Posca pens up here to see what do I actually have. What might I want to use? Maybe the yellow. Oh yeah, let's do the yellow. Just for fun, just for giggles. Oh my gosh, look how good that turned out. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. I hope that gave you some good ideas and some problem solving. If an idea that you started with didn't quite go where you thought, how could you move past that and create something that you're thrilled with? Because I'm thrilled with this. I love this stencil. I definitely want to use this stencil more. I like the positivity and the words of affirmation that are in there. I like the botanicals, and so I'm feeling really good where we ended up with today. So I hope you enjoyed painting with me today, creatively problem solving and getting to a point that it's a great paint day. And I'll see you guys next time.